Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Nicholas Cooney, with one last video uh, to publish before I turn 28. So a while ago, I made this. It's still on Vidly because Vidly is a better website. The Streets of Rage 4 video, and at YouTube told me that this much of it was all offensive words and whatnot, but they said that it was really bad. The hate speech at 22, bad at seeking, but 22 minutes and right here. Uh, Anyway, they deleted it, and it's been off my channel for over a year because it came out in May of 2022. I thought just for shits and giggles, it'd be really funny to do YouTube's policy training and do it correct. Now, first of all, I don't even know what this word even means. Caste. Let's find out what that word means. Caste. Caste definition. Tell me what this means. Hereditary class. Oh, okay, the Indian thing. Okay, I've heard of that. All right, whatever. Now I know. I just thought it was spelled cast with no e at the end. All right, so again, for shits and giggles, we're gonna go through this anti-hate speech policy training. In fact, let me go back because there was some funny already. So it's 7 questions. Should take us 15 minutes. Probably gonna speed run it because I'm just gonna do it fast, do it right. We want you to create and nerd emoji voice. We want you to create and share your content confidently. In this training, you'll see scenarios related to the policy you violated. You have unlimited attempts to get it right. Okay, already. You have unlimited attempts to get it right, so I'm gonna win anyway. But also, it's like, get it right. It's like, dude, 2 plus 2 equals 4 is a fact. Making jokes that are edgy, it's subjective whether or not it was properly hate speech, So, but yeah, Big Daddy Google, it's, somehow it's not okay to make jokes anymore, but it's totally okay to fucking violate your privacy. Hate speech isn't allowed on YouTube. We don't allow content that promotes violence or hatred against individuals or groups based on any of the following attributes, which indicate a protected group status under YouTube's policy: age, caste, disability, ethnicity, gender identity and expression, nationality, race, immigration status, religion, sex, gender, sexual orientation, victims of a major violent event and their kin, veteran status. You're discriminating against me, a veteran of the 2000s. Did you think about that, YouTube? Yeah. We may allow content that includes hate speech if the content has educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic context. These exceptions are past to promote hate speech. Okay, because obviously my video was fucking artistic expression, artistic context. That's the fucking point. Was me and my friends just goofing around with Streets of Rage 4. It was funny. This is a game, like, it's funny how the problem was the dialogue, the things we were saying, not the fact that it was a game where you beat up people. I was gonna say innocent, but they're bad guys that you're fighting. But still, you go around beating people, criminals, and you are police. I'm surprised. Like, I'm okay with police. I don't care. I mean, some police are bad, some are good. That's just how it works. I mean, I don't believe in the all cops are bastards ACAB thing because, like, well, it's the same as, like, that would be like saying ABAB. Like, no, not every black guy is bad. That's horrible to say. But for some reason, it's okay for cops, even though it's like, yeah, I met some dickhole police when I was homeless, but I also met some really kind ones who did their best to help me, and I appreciate that. So, again, you can't just blanket it like that. It's so funny how the left will always be like, it's not so black and white. Everything is a spectrum. But police, no, it's just black and white. They're just all bastards. Although, what if a police officer was non-binary? Would they still be a bastard, guys? Eh? Anyway, all right, back to it's probably gonna take like an hour because I'm taking forever ripping on all this shit. This training includes scenarios that mention hate speech, which could be upsetting or triggering to some people. Did you watch my video, you guys? Because also they said it was like 22 exactly this. 22:15. It's like, dude, it took you that long to watch my video and realize, or decide that it was like the jokes were too racist. Anyway, all right, here we go. And then here's our cheat sheet of things that are not our no-nos on YouTube. Here we are. Question 1 of 7. A creator uploads a video in which they discuss a conspiracy theory about a neighboring country's government being corrupt. Is this a violation? No, it isn't. Well done. This statement doesn't. Wow, I can't believe that was actually allowed. I'm color being impressed, YouTube. For once, you weren't Hitler. Oh, fuck. I mean, Austrian painter. This statement doesn't violate our hate speech because it isn't targeting a protected group. I mean, if that country was specified, I think it would, but whatever. I hope somebody will at least somehow see this in the future, because I know no one fucking comments on my videos anymore. But, like, Derek or Styro, any of the homies, please comment on this. That would be really great. Unless this gets merged by YouTube because I'm showing their dumb stuff on their own platform, but it'll go on Vidly too, just to make sure it's safe. All right. Jin uploads a video about the September 11th, 2001 attacks. God, that was when I was in kindergarten. That's literally how me going to school started. 9/11. By the terrorist group Al Qaeda on the United States, which killed almost 3,000 people and injured over 6,000 others. In the video, Jin comments on various aspects of the event. At one point in the video, Jin says, "Sure, some 3,000 people died in the 9/11 attacks, but their deaths were truly insignificant. Is this a violation?" Yes, it is, because a lot of them were American white people, so they matter. That's correct. Content that minimizes the victimhood of a well-documented major violent event isn't allowed on YouTube. Meanwhile, I never got hate speeched by YouTube for my joke in my Sonic 1 Let's Play that I was so proud of. I played the Mega Drive version of Sonic 1, and I started off with thing about the certain genocide, and YouTube was just totally okay with that. In fact, it was the Armenian. How many died? How many died? Let's see. Some 1.5 million allegedly. Official figures were of 800,000. Well, okay, so officially 800,000. Okay. Yeah, that is more than 9/11. But yeah, here we go. We're finding this is actually pretty interesting, don't you think? How YouTube's like saying, "Oh, Nicholas Cooning, you bigot, you blah, 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 you big mean brute, I'm a faggot. I'm YouTube, I'm gay." And then like they're like, "Okay, yeah, 9/11 was bad because white people died in it, but like the Armenian genocide is based because they weren't white." So YouTube is promoting. YouTube didn't slap my hand for when I made a joke about the Armenian genocide, but YouTube got mad at me for will get mad at you for 9/11 jokes, and got mad at me for talking ghetto with my friends, even though me and my friends are brown people from the ghetto. Like, if you've ever remember Fudge on my channel, that's a black man, okay? In a video posted by a news organization, a news anchor describes how a local preacher gave a speech calling for all believers of a certain religion to be killed. The news anchor reports on the speech and the reactions of those who condemn it. Is this a violation? No, it isn't, because he didn't say it himself. The priest did. That's correct. While the preacher's remarks contain language that encourages violence against a protected group, members of religion, the otherwise violative language is within the context of a news report that documents the hate speech and condemnation of it. Condiments. The news organization doesn't promote the hate speech. All right, cool. Also, I can't wait for somebody years later, like if Nick Erpols comes out of his mom's basement to get back on my meat. If he's like, "Oh yeah, see, you're a terrible person because you don't know how to say this fucking word that never comes up in my speech." I know what condemning is. I know what damnation is. I think it's condemnation.
Lot of letters. I can't do all that. I went to night school, son.
Ryko, okay, Ryko. Let's go with Ryko. Uploads a video about an ongoing war between her country and a neighboring country. Speaking about the neighboring country's military, Ryko says, "Those soldiers are rats. Is this a violation?" No, it isn't. I mean, if they're like in a war, that's kind of valid. That's correct. Although Raiko uses dehumanizing language, the comment because it's not a bad word, like like it's funny though because the other words like the way I use certain words that are considered hate speech, I use them like the equivalent to fucker. So it's like which is just a bad word. It's not a hate speech word, but yeah. This is the fun thing is when they decide like, oh, because all these things are bad if you're calling someone an insult. That's what an insult is, doy. But they're like, oh, but this specific insult, I am YouTube. I decide what insult is good for you to use and which insult is bad to use. A news organization uploads a news segment in which a reporter interviews people about the oh my god, Sandy Hook was over 10 years ago. Damn. 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting that happened in the United States. The event led to 26 victims being killed. Sorry, I'm actually genuinely sorry. Mostly children. One of the people being interviewed says, all of the so-called victims of the Sandy Hook shooting are actors. No one was hurt. The reporter clarifies in a voiceover that the person's statement is false. That's not a violation because it's a news report and because they point out that that's not the truth. I don't even understand how that rumor or whatever the hell even started. It's like, how would you think that one? Like, since like Columbine, there's been like a bazillion school shootings. Like, of course, that's not actors. What's wrong with you? All right, that's correct. Even though the content includes a statement that denies the victimhood of the Sandy Hook shooting, a well-documented major violent event, it's in the context of a news segment. A news reporter documents the hate speech while promoting it. Or the hate speech. Oops, I said the quiet part out loud. A news reporter documents the hate speech without promoting it and refutes the otherwise violative language. Okay, alright. We're on number 6 of 7. Kamari. Wow. There are no. I know so many of the things are correct. Are these just correct because everybody in these scenarios is diverse? Earlier, I used the 9/11 was okay because, or was bad to make fun of because the people that died there was white. But now I'm playing both sides of the field and being an absolute. Oh, I can't say that actually here because I'm gonna have to do this policy training again if I say that. All right. Local radio show host Kamari uploads a video of her radio show to YouTube in which she discusses her experience of living in a certain country. In the video, Kamari remarks that men are just less intelligent than women. That's why they fail at so many jobs. I think it's true, honestly, that like women, and when I say women, you know what I mean. And when I say men, you know what I mean. I can't say the things because I'm in policy training, hate speech training, but you know what I mean when I say those things. I'm from 2009 YouTube, so you remember when it wasn't a drop-down menu. It was like Professor Oak, are you a boy or are you a girl? I personally think that that is true though, that men are just less intelligent than women. But men are stronger than women. I think that's the trade-off, like in nature, or whatever. That like if I were to like be taking some roids and be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like Lou Ferrigno training, I would max out way more than like a woman doing the exact same thing because of my bone structure. I am a man, but I think women are smarter, and then that's why they fail at so many jobs. That part I don't agree with. I will give this woman that the men are less intelligent than women, but that's why they fail at so many jobs thing. It's like no, there's just like a billion dudes, so of course there's gonna be a lot of people failing. Like the when there's that many of anything, you know. All right, so let's see. This isn't a violation because men are not a protected group. This is a violation because it's offensive to some people, not because Kamari claims that men are mentally deficient. This is a violation. There we go. Hopefully I'm right. You're almost there. Answer 2 is correct, claiming that. Alright then. Fine. Alright, now let's see. Protected group status applies to individuals based on a number of attributes, including